Soul is about a jazz musician and teacher named Joe Gardner who dies while walking, separating his soul from his body. The title soul refers to multiple intersecting meanings. Soul is a reference to soul music, a genre rooted in African American gospel, rhythm and blues, and jazz. Gospel music is spiritual music, music that is meant to uplift the soul. Soul means deep feeling. To play music with soul is to play with feeling. To play with no soul is to be without feeling and like a robot. Robots don't have feeling because they don't have souls. Soul is music, soul is feeling, and music is feeling. Music and sound are vibrations, and vibrations are energy. Feeling is an emotional energy. Music is energy conversion. Emotion is converted into sound, and that sound is converted back into emotion. Nikola Tesla said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." The entire universe is energy, and that energy is music, as depicted in the beginning of Joe's disembodied soul's journey. The soul is a person's inner essence, their inner light. The word soul is related to SOL, meaning light, as in the word solar. Look at the soul logo. The letter O looks like a sun. The great beyond also looks like a sun. It could be seen as the collective soul of the universe. The soul is beyond the ego. The ego is your outer identity, your name, your age, your body, and your face. Your age may be old, but your soul may be young. Your body may be weak, but your soul may be strong. The ego is the personality, something the new souls must acquire as part of their avatar before being born on earth. The soul is that deeper part of you that is immortal and eternal. It is that part of you connected directly with the Absolute. 22 tells Joe that she can look and sound like anything because she still has no individual identity, no ego. The soul is your consciousness and the ego is the roller coaster ride of life. When you die, all you take with you is your soul, which contains the information of all that you have experienced, bringing it back to be shared with the source of all light, the great beyond. The suits of Joe's mother's shop represent the ego or the body. To get a new suit is to have a new ego and become the new you. When Joe gets the club gig, Dorothea tells him he needs a new suit. When he plays his first show, she compliments him on his new suit and reinvigorated sense of self, aka ego. Joe wears the suit of his father, indicating that he has become a man on the same level of his dad. Joe is an older soul who has achieved mastery of getting in touch with the soul through music, and this is why he's a teacher and a mentor, helping others to get deeper into subtle feeling. Although it seems random, it's no accident that he becomes 22's mentor in finding her spark. In a sense, he's a spiritual teacher. When he dies, his soul goes to a higher dimension made of the pure energy of light and sound. It's a spiritual dimension beyond matter, just pure energy. Therefore, there are no hard lines to divide things, only soft colors and soft sounds. The great beyond is the source of all light, life, and consciousness. It is where everything is truly felt as one and eternal. Everything is God, but the great beyond is closer to the source of this word we created to represent infinity called God. When our soul goes back to the source, we lose this idea of an individual self. We lose the illusions of separateness and know only oneness, love, and peace. It could be called heaven. The counselors represent angels, or higher interdimensional beings of light. To go from one dimension to the next is to move from the current dimension at a perpendicular angle. The angels are the higher evolved beings at the angles. Angels, angles. They appear to the souls in a lower dimensional form that the less evolved consciousnesses can accept without fear, thus displaying a two-dimensional self. This theme of higher beings presenting themselves in a form humans can accept is in many narratives involving angels or extraterrestrials, such as in the movies Contact, It's a Wonderful Life, and Bruce Almighty. Joe must help the infant soul named 22. 2 is a number meaning partnership, and double numbers are called angel numbers. which indicate the higher angelic influence and synchronicity. So in this case, 22 and Joe must each find their higher purpose through working with a partner. The life spark is someone's inspiration to live. The interdimensional counselors state that their business is inspiration. The root meaning of inspiration means to be filled with spirit. Spirit also means air or breath. Because of its invisible nature, air was equated with spirit. Dually, inspiration means to be filled with life due to the ability to breathe, and it means to be filled with spirit as in spiritual. To be filled with spiritual spirit is to have gratitude and zest for life. It is in this elevated state of consciousness that we are our most creative. To be inspired is to be fully alive, physically and spiritually. To be reborn requires inspiration, the spark of life. That spark can come from the result of loving to do anything. And for 22, that spark comes from the small things of life. In a way, she is an enlightened being beyond her peers, in that she is able to garner inspiration from just being alive. The mystics without borders are shamans, spiritual healers that are able to go to and from the spiritual dimension by entering a trance state. They heal by using the energy of music and intention to help a person get back in touch with their soul. The lost state the souls fall into could be called the dark night of the soul. It is a time where we may be unable to tap into that inner light, therefore unable to see the beauty of life. Light represents conscious awareness, and to be in darkness is to be spiritually blind and lost, not knowing how to feel the love or be happy. Ultimately, it's a lack of self-love. 22 teaches Joe about the zone, aka flow state, which is an egoless, elevated state of consciousness in between matter and spirit that is referred to in The Matrix and Star Wars. Moonwind makes a good point about people being addicted to flow state in an unhealthy way, though not all flow states are equal. The flow state of playing improvised music is on a much higher level than that of playing video games like Tetris, because it requires more skill, more knowledge, and a lot more creativity. Flow state is meditative and healing, and can only be achieved by inwardly shutting out the distractions of the world and the mind. In the spirit world, there are no major ups and downs, just a calm, balanced oneness to everything. To enter into the world of flesh and matter is to enter a world of light and dark, pain and joy. It is the complete experience of living that is meant to be enjoyed, the bitter and the sweet. It is the adventure that all of our souls have chosen to partake in on this earth. It is easy to be one with spirit when you are literally in the spirit world. It is easy to know about the transcendental when you are in the ethereal realm. Once in your physical body, however, we forget that realm, completely overwhelmed by a new reality of physical sensations and all the myriad of human emotions. The physical realm is the test of our spiritual mettle, where proof of spirit is hidden and elusive. In the spirit realm, there is awareness of a higher order, a so-called plan. In the physical realm, everything seems random and unsure, and that is all part of the fun and beauty of life. The mystics without borders help Joe and 22 get to Earth. Through Joe's eyes, 22 sees the great wonder of all the subtlest experiences of life, such as eating a lollipop, getting a new suit, and teaching a child. She learns that living comes with suffering, as Joe explains on the subway, and that suffering is part of the sublime harmony of life. She gets her spark by seeing the beauty in all things, something she learned by seeing Joe's love for music, despite his unglamorous life. Through 22, Joe is able to realize that life and happiness are not about the fleeting joy of perceived status in society, but more about the happiness you feel in the everyday things that you experience. When he saw his life displayed before him, he thought his existence was just a waste of time, because he did not achieve the job of his dreams. But after playing his show and seeing 22's collected items, he understands it wasn't a waste, because he had a life filled with interesting, beautiful, and loving moments, as well as difficult ones, which made the pleasant memories all the sweeter. Dorothea tells Joe a story of a young fish looking for the ocean. An older fish tells him that the ocean is all around him. The ocean represents happiness, beauty, spirit, or love. There are reasons to be happy all around us, but first we must know what true happiness and beauty actually are. To appreciate the simplicity of the small is to be present, to truly exist, to really live and enjoy. Joe's barber is a wise one who understands this quite well. 22 falls into shadow from losing her spark, losing her reason to live. She attributes this bad luck to her own worthlessness, and thus loses connection to her inner light, her inner love. It is never truly gone though, just hidden in the shadows of fear, anger, guilt, and attachment. The tree seed represents the spark and the unborn potential for life. Joe's surname Gardner sounds suspiciously like gardener, and Joe must plant this seed, this spark within 22 in order to save her from being disconnected from the life force. The purpose of life is not mainly to achieve, but to experience, preferably a pleasant experience. The feelings are what make the experience more real. The spark is not about music, it is about the joy of life, the energy, the life force, exuberance, bliss, and inspiration of existence that can be channeled through anything. Whether it be art, music, sports, science, the energy behind the passion is all the same. Baron de Montesquieu said, "A really intelligent man feels what other men only know." Soul is feeling. To feel is to live. To live is to know pain, beauty, loss, and love. I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace up and elevate consciousness constantly.